Hi everybody. We're starting the 2014 retest MCAS. So this is ripped right off of the mass.gov's archive. You can go on there and there's a whole bunch of MCAS documents. This is one of them. If you're looking for the PDF of this, it's in the video description. And the purpose of this is to help you prepare for the MCAS if you're taking it soon. And these questions are different because this is before it went digital. Now it's all online, so the format of the questions is significantly different, but the content is still the same. But you'll see these are generally a little easier than the digital ones. Although this particular one is probably one of the more challenging, of the original MCASs of the first generation. You'll see, if you've done the other ones, you'll see this is actually, some of these questions are pretty tricky. All right, so let's get started. This is the non-calculator section. Okay, so you shouldn't be using a calculator, and ideally you will have already tried this, and now you're just checking your answers. There is an answer key in the back, but this will kind of give you context, at least how I solved it. All right, so anyway, let's get to it. So number one says, which of the following is equivalent to the expression below? We have the square root of 3 squared. So if you look at these expressions here, only one of these is correct. So this would be standard form, and this would be 3. So this is actually equal to 3. So if you want to check these, you want to see which of these is equal to 3. Well, this is radical 6. This is 2 radical 3. This is 3 radical 3, and this is 3. So it'd be D. Okay. So there's two ways to solve this. You can say, okay, well, this is just radical 3 squared, which is exactly what it is, or you can say this is equals 3, and this is the only one of these four options that equals 3. Either one works. All right, part B. The equation below can be used to find S, Sandra's monthly salary. So we have a linear equation here. What is S, Sandra's monthly salary? So we're solving for S. So we're going to rewrite this. We're going to have 200 plus 500ths S equals 320. So we're going to solve for S, that's our variable, so subtract 200 from both sides, that's our constant. And that's going to be 500ths S equals 120. We're then going to divide by 500ths. And this is actually something I think some students would struggle with, because many haven't done long division in quite some time. So you have to solve this long division. So 120 divided by 500ths. We're going to move this 2 spaces to the right. You're going to move this 2 spaces to the right. So 5 divides 12 twice. So 10, bring down, difference of 2, bring down the 0. 5 divides 24 times with no remainder and just 2 zeros. So it would be 2,400, which is option B. But some students, I think, would struggle with that because we haven't done that in a while. All right, here we go. A box of cereal and its dimensions are shown below. Based on the diagram, what is the volume of the box? So if you look at your reference sheet in the back, volume formulas are right here. We have to recognize that this is a right rectangular prism, which is right here. So we just multiply the length, width, and height, or the area of the base times the height. Okay, so let's multiply these 3 values together. So it's 8 times 12 times 3. So 8 times 12 would be 96. And 96 times 3, let's see, 96 times 3. 6 times 3 is 18. 3 times 9 is 27, plus 1 is 28, so 280 inches cubed. So that might actually give some students a hard time too. Sometimes we get so used to using multiplication in a calculator. So, all right, that's the first page. Number 4, a line plot shows the weight to the nearest pound of each watermelon sold at a farm stand. Based on the line plot, which is the median weight. So there's 2 ways to solve this. Median is the middle number. So you can cross these out, go low, high, and find a median. So low, high, 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 low, high. So our median is 16, that's our middle number. The other way you could do it is just list these out. I'm not going to do the whole thing, but you could say 6, 9, 2 10s, 2 12s, etc. and write them all out and then cross out low, high. But you can also do it right on the sheet. Now, yeah, that's basically, I did it both ways when I originally did this. So yeah. All right, number 5. What value of P makes the equation below true. So we have 5/3 plus P equals 0. So this has to be the additive inverse of this. So what can you combine with 5/3 to make it to get 0? This would just be negative 5/3, which is right here. Okay. What is the value of the expression below? So this is just order of operations. So the first thing we would do, so P or grouping, so parentheses are grouping, exponents, multiplication, division is a single step from left to right, as is addition, subtraction. So we do have parentheses here, so we do that first. So 4 minus 6 would be negative 2. So 240 divided by negative 2 to the third power times 5. We have exponents, so negative 2 to the third power would be negative 8. So 240 divided by negative 8 times 5. And we have multiplication division as a single step from left to right. So we're going to do 240 divided by negative 8, which would be negative 30 times 5, which is negative 150. Some potential pitfalls there I could see is maybe people multiply first. I could see that because sometimes people think they multiply before they divide. Because there's some teachers out there that do this when kids learn order of operations. And the big problem with that is students inherently believe if they see that multiplication comes before division, which it doesn't. It's a single step from left to right. So you can divide before you multiply, as you can in this case. Okay. All right. We started doing the G next to P because it's really a grouping step, because you could have brackets, parentheses, or those little squigglies. I forget the name of them. The area of a cell tower's range is represented by a circle R on the coordinate grid below. Okay, each unit on the grid represents 3 miles. Okay, what is the area in square miles of the cell tower's range? So this is an interesting problem. It's area with a conversion element. Okay, and that's where the tricky part is. So to find the area of a circle, we can look at our formula, which is on the back here. So area of a circle is A equals pi r squared. So we have our radius, which would help us. So it's from the radius, so it's this point from the center to the edge of the circle, or point on the circle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. And we know each block is 3 miles. So 5 times 3 is 15 miles. And that's the radius. So the formula is A equals pi r squared. So A equals pi times 15 squared. And 15 squared is 225. So it's going to be 225 square miles. And that'd be the area of the tower. So it's right here, 225 pi. So the tricky part is really knowing that that's not 5, it's 3. Because a lot of students would put 25 because they put in 5 as the radius, and they get 25, and they don't read the problem and realize it's 3. This conversion element tricked a lot of kids in 2014. Okay. I've got about 5 minutes to the bell ring. Let's see if we can finish some of these. Number 8. A triangle and its dimensions are shown below. Okay. Which of the following is closest to the perimeter of the triangle? So this is a problem where we have to estimate radicals. We also have to know what perimeter means. Perimeter is the length around. So this is a perfect square. This is 8. This is between radical 36 and radical 49. So I'd say it's closer to 49. So this is 6, this is 7. So it's closer to 7 than 6. It'd be like, what, 6.7, 6.8? I'll put 6.8 roughly. And this is between radical 16 and radical 25. And this is almost smack dab in the middle. So I'm going to call this is 4, this is 5. So we call this 4.5. So those are our estimated lengths. This is the exact length because we know radical 64 is actually 8. So we're going to add those together. So 8 plus 6.8 plus 4.5. Add those up. So 5 plus 8 is 13. Carry the 1. 8 plus 1 is 9. Plus 6 is 15. Plus 4 is 19. So 19.3. This is closest to it. Okay. So estimating the radicals would be the trickiest part of that problem, I believe. All right. A video clip from a website was downloaded an average of 4,865 times per day for 3 weeks. Which of the following is closest to the total number of times the video clip was downloaded during the 3 weeks? Okay, so we're going to round this to 5,000. Okay, because this is closest to, so we can estimate this. And there's 3 weeks, So how many days are there in a week? Is 7. So 7 times 3 is 21. So there's 21 total days. So how close is it? Okay, so this is per day. So this is the rate per day. This is how many days there were. So we're going to multiply the rate per day by how many days there were. And this is, again, this is an estimate. This is slightly larger than how many. So let's see what we get. We're going to have 21 times 5,000. So 5,000 times 21 is 5,000. And then 10,000, 10, oop, yeah, 10. So 0, 0, 0, 5, 1, 0. Okay, so that would be 105,000, which is close to 100,000, which is C. Okay, and that's it. I'm about to run out of time, so I gotta get going. Bell's about to ring. So we'll pick this up where we left off tomorrow if I have time. And yeah, thanks for watching. Let me know if you have any questions.